Life is not a race. Rather, it is a marathon. As you make your way toward achievement, you may encounter challenges such as tiredness, uncertainty, and the urge to give up. However, the secret to achieving your objectives resides in a single principle that is both straightforward and profound: the strength enabled by perseverance. The capacity to persevere in the face of adversity and difficulty, despite experiencing mental and physical tiredness, is the essence of perseverance. High achievers, successful business people, and exceptional sportsmen all share this characteristic as their defining characteristic. One of the characteristics that differentiates individuals who are successful from those who are not is their capacity to persevere even when their bodies and minds are screaming for rest. Even if mental and physical exhaustion are unavoidable, they are not signs that you should give up on your endeavours. They are indications that you are engaging in activities that are outside of your comfort zone. It is during these times of difficulty that growth occurs, and breakthroughs are frequently only on the other side of exhaustion. The distinction between exhaustion and persistence in completion. There is a significant difference between the sensation of being exhausted and the real state of being completed. As a transient state, fatigue is an indication of exertion rather than a permanent condition. It is possible that you could fall short of your full potential if you give in to your feelings of exhaustion. Imagine something like a runner competing in a marathon. The beginning of tiredness occurs at mile 20. The mind begs to quit, and every muscle in the body is burning. However, experienced runners are aware that the discomfort is only temporary. They concentrate on the objective rather than the discomfort. In the same vein, when you are experiencing the impulse to give up in life, it is important to remember that the finish line may be closer than it appears. Success is a permanent state, while fatigue is only temporary. Having the impression that we have reached our boundaries is one of the most significant illusions that our minds are capable of creating. We frequently possess a great deal more strength and resilience than we are aware of. Training, whether it be in sports, business, or personal development, frequently includes pushing beyond apparent bounds. This is because the body and mind are capable of withstanding far more than they give the impression of being able to. Take into consideration the experiences of people who have triumphed over extraordinary challenges. There were more than 10,000 attempts that Thomas Edison made before he was finally successful in designing the light bulb. He responded to a question about his failures by stating that he discovered 10,000 different techniques that did not work. Before Harry Potter became a phenomenon on a global scale, J.K. Rowling was considered for publication by a number of different publishers. It is possible that the world would not have been familiar with Hogwarts if she had given up after the initial refusal. Despite becoming one of the best players in basketball history, Michael Jordan was excluded from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he worked harder on his training and defied everyone's expectations. It was not acceptable for these individuals to let tiredness, rejection, or failure determine their level of achievement. They continued to labour till the task was completed. Techniques to persevere. Despite feelings of exhaustion, change the way you think about things. Consider your exhaustion as evidence that you are making progress rather than a reason to give up. Change your mindset from "I can't do this anymore" to "I'm getting stronger." Divide the task into several more manageable steps. Having ambitious ambitions can be a source of stress. The next step, then the next, should be your primary focus. Little steps forward can eventually lead to significant outcomes. If you are writing a book and find that you are fatigued after 5 chapters, for instance, you should not worry about the full book. Pay attention to writing just one more page, one more paragraph, and one more sentence only for now. don't forget to use the word why. At the point where you feel exhausted, remind yourself of the reason you started. Your more profound purpose will rekindle your drive, whether it be for the sake of achieving personal development, achieving financial security. Take short breaks rather than prolonged. Rest is necessary, but getting too much of it might cause one to become complacent. It is constructive to take a 5-minute break to recharge your thoughts, but it is not productive to take weeks off out of despondency. Strive for equilibrium. Seek out support and accountability for your actions. Put yourself in the company of people who will inspire you to keep going where you are. The presence of a solid support system might help you push through times of uncertainty. There is a tremendous difference that can be made when you have someone who reminds you of your capabilities. This person could be a buddy, a mentor, or a coach. Imagine reaching your goals. Imagine that you have just crossed the finish line. Utilizing mental imagery can assist you in overcoming exhaustion and provide you with the motivation to keep working toward your objective. Athletes frequently employ this strategy, which consists of visualizing themselves crossing the finish line and experiencing a sense of triumph before taking part in a competition. You can perform the same thing in whatever facet of your life. Develop your mental fortitude. To be mentally tough means to be able to persevere through adversity to achieve a more significant objective. By training your mind to accept problems rather than avoiding them, you can do this. Make it a habit to start with baby steps, such as getting up earlier, taking cold showers, or working yourself through an additional repetition at the gym. It is surprisingly closer than it appears to be. Before they get their breakthrough, the majority of people lose up. There are frequently a few more steps, a few more efforts, and a few more hours of work that are required to make the difference between failure and success. Imagine that you are a miner discovering gold. Over several weeks he puts in an incredible amount of effort, but he ultimately fails to strike the gold vein. Examples of perseverance from real-world situations. Elon Musk was on the verge of filing for bankruptcy prior to the rise of Tesla and SpaceX as leaders in their respective industries. It is possible that we would not have electric automobiles or rockets that could be reused if he had passed away. The media empire that Oprah Winfrey has built is a testament to her dogged determination, despite the fact that she was told she was not cut out for television. Concluding remarks: complete the tasks you have been working on. Keep this in mind the next time you find yourself feeling fatigued and tempted to give up. Exhaustion is not the mark of completion. Your work is not yet finished. Carry on with your hard work. When you reach the other side, success is waiting for you there. Instead of giving up when you're exhausted, give up after you've finished. If you found this inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Your support keeps the motivation going.